Hey everybody, I hope you're all feeling well. So we're going to get on with painting a bit more of this tree today. So I haven't really done any more to it since last week, I have to say. But we're going to do a little bit more today. So let's get on. So I'm just going to darken a few of these where I can see the most of the shadow is, because these are quite buildable with the blacks. And I can see it's got a nice little V shape. This is not an exact copy of this picture by any means. It's just a representation of the tree. I like to try it and achieve the overall feel of the energy of the tree that I'm painting. I'm going to leave that little bit down the side because I know that I'm going to need to add some shading in there soon. And this little bit here, I'm just going to add in a few of these little details, and then I'm going to go in and add some more branches. I can see it's got a few darker patches where there's some ivy on there, and it kind of curves around into that little bit. As I said last week, I do kind of get a little bit confused sometimes with all of the branches because there's always so many and it's such a complete tangle always. I'm just adding a few more of the darker elements. Sometimes when you're painting like this, it is just going back and forth over certain pieces to add tone and contrast. That's one of my favourite parts of painting, is bringing it to life by adding all of these little finer details and shapes. I've just zoomed into the top part today because that's the little bit that I'm going to focus on mainly. This branch has actually got quite a V shape there. And when we come to do the highlighting later, it'll become even more obvious, the contrast in the tones here. I just want to join these branches together into a nice shape. And one of the things that I haven't really done in this particular piece is pay too much attention to scale accuracy. Because in the picture, which you can't see at the moment, but the actual tree's branches go a lot higher than this, but I've kind of made this branch a little bit shorter and I've made his body quite long. So the focus is on the shape of the tree and his arms, which are a bit down there, you can't see. But so I'm going to try and make that the main focus here. And I'm just going to play around now and just add lots of little branches and just try and get in some of the more interesting shapes, like this one here. It's got a little wiggle, it goes up and comes up. But there's so many branches. When you get to this stage, it's just playing and adding. The branches criss and cross, and some of them go up, some of them go across, some of them go down, some of them are light in colour, some of them have got shade in. I'm just having a look at the tree. There's a really big branch that comes from down here. Where is that one? That must actually be this one. There is a branch. I've only done a little bit of this branch. So there's that branch there. Oh, it's this branch. Sorry while I'm talking to myself. So I did actually do the branch. It's here. And this one actually goes all the way, and then it splits. And then there's a kind of a big, interesting U shape here, which I like. So I'm going to keep that one in. And I think it's actually it's actually two different branches, but it looks like the same branch. And that comes up, and then that actually goes along here and out and down. You can spend a long time adding detail to trees if you want to, or you can make it really simple. So I've got to elongate these branches, actually a bit of a gap, which is, let me have a look, I have to center myself. So that one is there, these two meet there, so the gap is actually above those, so it's okay, we can continue to bring these ones out, but these top ones aren't as long as this one. This is our longest branch, so we're going to keep this one high. We've got this one that goes down like that. I've not done these branches very accurately at all, actually. But never mind. I'm going to change to a smaller brush. I'm just going to load on some more paint. This is the paint that I'm using. And this is the paint that I made from the fallings from my chimney. And it's actually quite a light, well, not a light black, it's a blacky brown, kind of quite a warm brown. I think I might have mentioned that last time, I'm not sure. But it's not as buildable as some of the other blacks that I've used. I find it quite difficult actually to concentrate on looking at the image that I'm drawing as well as talking to the camera. So I think I'm just getting a bit distracted trying to do both. Figure it out eventually. Because my proportion in this branch is way off. But as I said, it's my painting, so it doesn't actually matter. Nobody is going to be looking at this original picture of the tree and judging me on its accuracy. So I'll just carry on and let it build. So we've got this nice branch here that I just want to bring out a bit more shape to. This one like kind of goes up and across. Right, so really what I want is a lot of branches here and a few smaller branches here. Oh, something just fell behind me, I don't know what that was. And then in this little bit in between, there is a lot of branches, which you can't see. Let me just move that down a bit. This part here, between these bits, there's actually a lot of branches here. It's a complete mess of branches, but they are slightly lighter in colour and finer, so they are actually branches that are further away. These are the branches that are closest to us, and the finer branches at the back are the branches that are furthest away. Let me just center you up a little bit. This tripod arm that I've got just moves around. It's kind of annoying. So I'm just going to change to a lighter, smaller brush. And I'm going to start adding, I'm just going to grab this so I can see it a bit closer. I'm just going to start adding a few of these little, and what I'm going to do is keep them really light so that they are in the background. A lot of them just go up like this, and there's lots of them that go up because I can always add the heavier branches again later. Because these ones will dry quite light. I want to make it thicker, just press a little bit harder. You want it to go light, you just press a little bit lighter. Sometimes the branches kind of cross each other. Just going to join those ones together. We'll give these ones some nice little crisscrosses here. This is a real tangled web of branches across here. And some of them literally go straight up and they're very fine, and some of them have like a little curves like this. Some of them are a bit thicker. So let's just keep adding, and there's sometimes you find a little place where the branches join and they cross each other, and then you get like a little dark intersection. I'm going to bring this one up here. I'm going to take it across there like that. I'm going to continue these ones up here. I'm going to make some of them longer and then just spiky, because when I frame this picture, this bit, a lot of it will be covered anyway by the mount. So I'm not too worried about that. We've been having some really weird weather in the UK this past couple of weeks. Last Monday and Tuesday was the hottest on record. For years it actually got up to 40 degrees in one part of the UK. Where I am it was 38, which I don't think it's ever been in this part of where I live. It's gone really cool now. We had, and then literally a few days after it was roasting hot, the temperature dropped by like 15 degrees down to, well, more than that, it actually dropped by 25 degrees. We literally had 38 degrees on Monday and 12 degrees on Friday in the daytime. So you can understand it's quite difficult for the human body to just keep regulating against these weird temperatures, the extremes that we have here. Anyway, I think that's enough for this video, and I'm going to carry on just adding a few little branches. I've got to go out in a bit, so I'm going to, next time I've seen you, I'll have added a few more of the little branches, and I'll put some pictures on my Instagram stories. So if you'd like to head over and follow me on Instagram, same at Ivy Rose Diana, and I'll see you next week. Have a great week.